It's another beautiful Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Mo. How are you?
Ima, how was your weekend?
Tiring. I had a visit from Your View fan yesterday with
At home?
my baboko,
Babako.
my father-in-law.
Okay.
He has always watched Your View and wondered, this is the beauty on her name. What is it?
Oh, really? You never knew it was...
He never knew I was their
wow.
wife.
Yeah.
Until yesterday we met and it was like, read you more care.
Yeah.
I love you so much. I'm Mariah.
That's nice.
Babako. Daddy.
I'm sure himself and the wife are watching.
I watch it.
And all the children know Your
Right.
View host.
Oh,
How you doing, Mariam?
I'm doing
How's your
good.
weekend?
Well, I'm not happy.
Yes, we know why.
Yeah, I'm not
Talk
happy.
about it in Hot
Yes,
Topic.
I know we're going to talk about it, but yeah, so that's how it went.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure everybody's aware in the
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
But how are your family members? Did you talk to everyone? How's
yes,
your grandma?
no, I don't. My grandma. I lost my grandma a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
we'll
my
talk
mom
about
has
it.
had to move to my
I wanted you
auntie's
to
place.
mention
yeah.
it actually on during the Hot Topic. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm amazing. I'm very grateful to God. So my weekend, as you all know, is always restful. We don't work on Sundays. I had a business meeting on Saturday morning, and I had a business dinner on Saturday evening at a posh restaurant. And we decided that we're going to feed 1,000 people in July. Yes. So it'll take a lot of logistics, and we're looking for people to join us. But we're very
Fantastic.
excited
I mean,
about
you
it.
just did that. I think
Nice.
last year.
500. We did 500 the
Well
last
done.
time.
And you've-
And now,
the numbers have
and
gone
we're
up.
projecting to do 5,000 in December.
Ah,
Just
nice.
feeding people, you know.
Our
How are
condolences
you?
go to the bunch. Lost
Yeah.
babies over the weekend.
That's
Really
such
sad
a
story. Sadly, I heard somebody else in a group that I belong to lost 2 children over the weekend. Really, really
Wow.
sad. So it was a really downer. It was a serious
It was
downer
a
this
Black
week.
Sunday yesterday, actually.
It's really, really,
And
a lot of things happened.
it is well.
I was gonna, yeah.
I was hoping that the news wasn't true. You know, I'm still in denial, as in, how do you have a party in your house and lose your son in your pool? It is really sad. How's your weekend aside from that?
Not bad. I have to thank, there's a lady, her name is, she gave me this week.
Oh.
And this is a lady, I've been using her salon for many years in Bagada, in Fako area. Her name is Yagafar. They call her Ultimate Chem. She has a Ultimate Chem. So she just, I've not seen her in years. She now sent me this braids through my mom that she gave to me. I was so grateful. Thank you. So I was really thoughtful of her. So Ultimate
Does she
Chem,
watch the
thank you so
show?
much. I think she watches the show.
So she just tired of seeing that your week.
I'm going to wear it for a while. Thank you, Ultimate Care. Thank you so much for the week. I really appreciate it. It was really thoughtful of her.
Yeah.
Anyways, so nothing else happened. We have like a few seconds left. No gist.
No, let's talk about the papers, because I want us to talk.
There's a lot of talk about the papers.
Yes.
There's one gist in Punch that I know Auntie Nima is
You've
sitting
been
for.
waiting to get down.
Let us go on a quick break then. When we come back, we'll review the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to start with the Punch. 86 killed as herdsmen attack 11 Plateau villages. 6 injured, 50 houses burnt. Plateau places 3 local government under curfew. Family disrupts Lagos funeral, one son buried in Edo. ISIS threat, police deploy AIG to head airport command. 70 billion naira ranches not solely for Fulani headsmen, says federal government. Stamp out injustice, Saraki Dogara tell Oshomole. PDP elements hindering APC progressive agenda, says Tinubu. NAPTEP suspends registrar, 4 directors over 49 million naira contracts. Okay, so Plateau is pretty hot. We'll talk about it in our hot topic because that's our focus. So let's talk about the human interest in Punch.
Okay, so this man, Patrick Imonige, died, and he was the former assistant manager with NDIC. And at his burial, there was wahala.
Doing
because
service
his
of
family-
songs on
Okay,
Thursday.
so-
Yeah,
okay.
service of
You know, I don't know those details.
Yeah,
but,
service of songs.
Service of songs. So at the service of songs, his family members disrupted it, insisting to carry the corpse to Edo State for burial. Now, there's a tradition among the Bendel states, Edo and Delta, where they have the Idiogbe, which is a tradition, and it's a custom recognized by all the courts all the way to the Supreme Court. All first sons must carry out the burials of their father traditionally for them to continue in the ancestral line of family inheritance and family houses.
But since the man already
So he
chose that I
gave a
want to be
last,
buried in Lagos.
according to his son, last wishes not written
Ah.
was that their father should be buried in Lagos. The cousin of their father also was in the papers report saying that, you know, these are all allegations, they are false allegations, that they don't know what the widow is afraid of. The widow is alleging that they want to marry her, somebody wants to marry her.
According
those
to the
are not
report,
traditions.
there's an uncle on standby ready to marry the woman.
No, those
and
are
she
not,
doesn't want to get married to
that's a Yoruba, it's not common among the
Yeah, but she's but in this case,
she is saying that, and the cousin is saying it's not possible.
And
she's legally married to him.
Her son is also saying that there is an uncle already on standby. But see, Minima, my question to you, since it's your side, what if this man had died somewhere in Iceland?
They'll bring him back.
and
You don't
no
see the way
money to
Bende
bring-
people bring their pickups back. You don't see the Benin
What if
people.
they don't have the wherewithal to
First
bring him back?
sons.
What if they don't have the wherewithal to bring him back? Not everybody has kind of money. They don't know how much it is.
Disinherit themselves legally by not carrying out traditional burials for their fathers completely in the Benin tradition.
Is it not us, the people?
Customs recognized
Can we
over the
alter?
years.
Can we change tradition?
Judicial notice of it has been
Take
taken
it
over
a
the
hot
years.
topic one day.
I think we need to smash it because this is something that we really need to really dig into. Okay, let's move on to the nation. Oshomole no losers. Ex-Edo governor takes oath as APC chairman. Tinubu to Buhari ignore Obasanjo. Curfew in Plateau as herdsmen kill 86. Banks get units to probe earnings. Let's talk about the Plateau very quickly. What happened? Just give a brief that story.
Miriam.
Go.
Okay. According to reports, the police are saying that about, you know, they gave a number of 86,
They said 86
people.
110,
Yes,
100.
some houses raised, 2 motorcycles, that's their report. So that's in Berkin-Ladi and Riom. Those are local governments close to Jos. We all know Jos, but these are very close. So, yeah.
And the Fulanis are saying they've lost 300 cows, you know. So there's just this back and forth.
This is a reprisal.
We
Well,
don't know.
there
Well,
are-
we'll look into it a bit. Let's move on to Vanguard. 120 killed, houses burnt in fresh Plateau bloodbath. 86 bodies seen, 50 houses burnt, says police. Plateau government slams dusk to dawn curfew on 3 affected local governments. Northern can 6 arrests, prosecution of perpetrators. Okay, picture here some of the houses burnt in the villages, yes, in Plateau attack. Benin generator fumes disaster. Confusion over how to tell the man his wife and 5 children are dead. Remember that story last week?
Yeah.
Nigeria kickstarts voluntary asset repatriation scheme. How call from wanted militia landed ex-governor Suswam in DSS custody. Ohaneze youth condemn arrest of Abaribe, demand his release. Drug abuse rampant among military and paramilitary agencies, says NDLEA. And Buhari lauds peaceful election of new APC National ESCO as Izu Naso loses out. Okay, so this man that he lost his family, he recently regained consciousness, and they're finding it difficult to let him know that he's lost his wife and 5 children. He's actually the pastor and founder of Chapel of Victory, Pastor
Bible
Gochuku,
Church, yes.
you know, Bible Church in his area, and it's really they're finding it difficult because he's been in so much shock.
So they need
I
to
don't think
allow
they should
him.
hurry up.
He was asked, he
I
was
don't think they
actually
should
asked
hurry.
questions. He says he does not know the reason why he's in hospital, so he's still in shock.
They need to allow him recover well
Yes.
before they
Before they
give
tell
him
him
the
that,
information.
yes.
May the
You'll be
souls of the
asking his
departed.
mother, his wife, sorry. You'll be
And
asking
they'll say they're at home, they will come until he fully regains, you know, because he may just die, you know, from the shock.
Yes.
Who has the Abaribe story?
Okay, so Senator Abaribe was arrested over certain allegations that, you know, one of which is that, you know, is the person he was holding, he stood as shorty for, has disappeared, and is unable to present him. But he's been accused of supporting IPOB and all IPOB activities, sponsoring the activities in the East. So the lawyer came out to say...
accusation is gone running.
Okay, so the lawyer came out to say that he's been held by the DSS and they are thinking of filing the fundamental rights enforcement suit against the DSS for his unnecessary incarceration.
But IPOB is saying that the real reason why he's been held is because he accused the executive
Yes.
of injecting 30 billion naira in the budget.
So. And then I also wanted to wait for, is it Vanguard or one of the other papers where San, senior advocate of Nigeria, Falana, is saying that Nigeria is descending into fascism under Buhari because of that human rights abuse. And he cited Abaribe as one of the many cases under this government.
Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun 2019. APC battle ready. New chair Oshomole takes oath of office, vows to lead party to victory. Right. FG Switzerland signed pact on asset repatriation. Curfew in Plateau as herdsmen kill 86. Nasara monarch cedes tea farmlands to herders as government approves 7 grazing reserves for ranching. Ondo monarch's wife and driver kidnapped. IPOP Ohaneze youth want Abarabe released. So the Ondo monarch, who has that story?
The traditional ruler in Ondo, the Alauga of Aoga Akoko in Akoko Northeast local government area of Ondo State, his wife Olori Olukemi Agunloye was kidnapped alongside her driver who was driving her at the time of the kidnap. The chairman of the local government, Mr. Rauf Enayeu, has decried the amount of kidnappings happening in Ondo in recent times and is asking for more security presence in Ondo State. We hope that she's found pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And the pact that Nigeria, the federal government signed with Switzerland, pretty much is for them to be able to repatriate funds or looted funds that are not really under investigation. So there are funds that there's some that they are investigating that they are aware of.
Also a part of
those
that
are totally unaware of are the ones that are trying. So this pact, hopefully they hope to replicate it across many other countries.
Yes,
where
alongside the pact, we've also employed consultants to help us get this money. And I hope we don't get the mix-up that we had having to pay twice for certain consultants helping us to retrieve this money.
That's another angle to that story. Okay, let's
I remember the story.
what happened the story?
There's a story where the AIG has been deployed to Murtala Mohammed.
Yes, go ahead. I think I took that story.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we heard, I think, last week about the threat by ISIS to attack aviation. So because of that, the government has deployed the Assistant Inspector General of Police to command the police command of the airport. So we hope that that would,
I don't know how effective that is, because when
the only thing is that
the IG
just
to go to Maiduguri
but
the
also
other time.
that's just the airport. Wouldn't they land ports, seaports? We need to know what we're doing about those as well.
Is no joke. Anyway, let's move on to New Telegraph.
Well,
I hope he goes, Sha, because
Those
he's
people
not go
fly
to Maiduguri when he was sent.
He'll go.
I hope so. New Telegraph.
they don't use airports, so
Headsmen
They use
on
all
the
ports.
rampage. Kill 110, burn 50 houses in Plateau. We talked about that already. Tinubu, nobody can stop Buhari in 2019. Tinubu has been campaigning. Says Obasanjo is a busybody. Oshomole will accommodate new PDP. National Working Committee members take oath of office. Okorocha's candidate floors Izunazo. And Neiti, IOC's carted away with 15 trillion naira revenue in 3 years.
do you want to talk about the APC convention over the weekend quickly?
Go
I found it a little disturbing that while that convention was happening and we had over thousands of policemen deployed to the Eagle Square in Abuja, some massacres were happening across Plateau State.
That was on Sunday. Now one was Saturday, one was Sunday.
Saturday into Sunday.
Yes,
the 2 days.
The
massacre happened in 2 days.
Yeah, but the convention happened was in the morning, Saturday morning, right?
It happened in
And
2
the
days
massacre
also.
It happened in 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Anyway, the APC now has a new national chairman in former Governor Oshiomhole, who, while giving his opening address, mentioned that the APC is ready for elections in 2019. Stand and support your vote. If anybody rigs, we kill them there.
Okay, let's move on very quickly to Nigerian Tribune. Massacre in Plateau, we talked about that already. At 53, Ekiti Ogun residents have highest life expectancy, says the National Bureau of Statistics. How peace can return to APC. Government abduct wife driver of Ondo traditional ruler. Let's move on very quickly now to The Guardian. Scores killed as gunmen attack Plateau villages. We talked about that already. Firms, CEOs, others receive the Guardian Oil Gas Award. Okay, so Ekiti finally is that's where you can go and live.
What's their life expectancy again?
It's 53.
53. The rest of us in 47.
It's 47.
Yes. I have to relocate to Ekiti.
I agree, it's pollution. I agree.
I have to relocate to Ekiti and be eating pounded yam morning, afternoon, and night.
I've been thinking of calling out the Ministry of Environment in Lagos, not checking out industries and
Don't bring Lagos into this matter, I beg. Let's
seriously.
focus. Let's go on a
breathe,
break.
we don't breathe clear air in our area.
Let's go on a break. Thank you.
Maybe you people know that my own Olusosun pollution is just right next to me.
Exactly, that is
If
still
you have a
ongoing,
problem,
isn't it?
move to Ekiti.
I want to.
Let us go on a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this Plateau State Massacre. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Your View.
Let's take the part. Thanks for staying with us. So according to reports, Plateau State was on Sunday thrown into another morning with the killings of at least 86 persons and attacks on about 11 communities in the Gashish district by suspected Fulani headsmen. These killings are becoming too frequent and saddening, which makes us wonder what the government is doing about this. We have a TVC correspondent in Plateau State. Fumi, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Joshua.
Good morning. Hello?
Good morning, Joshua. Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes, good
you.
to have you on. Now, Joshua, could you give us an update? Yes, we've seen the papers. We understand what, the fact that 11 communities were involved, at least 86. We're getting different figures. Some are saying 120, some are saying 86. Some people in the community are even saying they're up to 200. Do you have a figure for us, and what exactly is happening right now?
Well, the situation right now in Plateau is it's somehow calm here in the city metropolis.
Okay.
But the reality is that, some of the communities, those communities that were actually affected, right now, it's still tense here. Like yesterday, angry youths from the neighboring communities, because of the situation, they couldn't hold themselves. Some of them went, they have to they mounted roadblocks, which the situation actually, affected some of the innocent passerby that were moving, plying the route. The angry youth, went on, stopping vehicles, and then, some of the innocent victims were even, killed as of yesterday.
Yeah.
With the report that we received.
Did you see any security officials from the police, the military, anybody trying to keep the calm? Were there any visible security operatives?
Yes. The state government, they actually immediately they imposed the curfew. The security operatives were on the street, and they did their best by, stopping the angry youths that went on to mount the roadblocks to attack people. The intervention of the security operatives, actually saved the situation. If not, the situation would have been something else. The security operatives, the state government actually did their best by making sure that, people actually obey the curfews imposed.
Okay, Joshua, there are several suggestions as to how this started. What exactly is the real situation? How did it really start?
Well, the reason for the attack is something that we can't just say, seriously, because the communities were just living their normal lives. According to some of the eyewitnesses that we spoke to, with the communities were just doing their normal, living, and then from nowhere the attacker just came in. On Saturday, the thing started on Saturday in the afternoon. As eyewitness account, around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, the guys just came, they just started shooting sporadically, attacking people, just, macheting people, with no reason. They just follow the communities and then attack. So the reason behind what, what actually resulted in them doing that it's something unknown up to now. They just came and attacked the people, even the community, just like I said, we asked them, were they actually having problem with the people? Because they said they are suspected herdsmen that actually came, to attack the community. So
Joshua, do you this started Saturday afternoon. Do you have any news on why it took until Sunday before, we heard anything from the governor, from the government, anything? Do you know why it took so long?
Well, actually, the communities where this, evil, act were perpetrated is very far. It's a remote community that, in fact, the access to to network. This network access was not, it's very bad here. So these are one of the disadvantage of actually, what resulted in delaying, the whole thing that resulted that makes the whole thing to last it for hours before the
Thank you very much.
will be alerted.
Thank you very much, Joshua. If we need any information, we'll let you know. Thank you so much.
I had reports by Saturday night on Twitter, actually, saying that over 100 people had been killed. And what we know of just Plateau was communal clashes. This wasn't a communal clash. They said over 100 unknown masked men came into the community killing people. Now, I know that the governor was at the APC convention. If I, in Lagos, could hear by Saturday nights that something had happened since, and it was ongoing, Saturday, how come he didn't hear until Sunday? Because they said he cut his visit to Abuja short by Sunday and then imposed a curfew. By this time, a lot of people had been killed. They had to stop excavating corpses so that they would prevent reprisal attacks by people seeing so many dead people.
I know you have family in that area.
Yes, I do, but I just also wanted to mention, Joshua was saying that maybe one of the reasons they didn't hear about the news was because it's a remote area, but it's not that. Barkin-Ladi is, that's where the airport is. And then these attacks have happened in Barkin-Ladi for almost every time we sit down here, we talk about it. This is a place that has been continually attacked. So you'd expect that there's some security presence there. Right. So I really don't get that because it's a remote area. That's why people did not hear about somebody it.
There too.
Yes. So I have my nanny that has been with me for many years. She lost her uncle. Yesterday we were sitting with her and just trying to calm her down. And the sad thing is, they've been calling his phone and these people are picking up. These killers have they pick up his phone and they're saying, we have killed him, stop calling his phone, we have killed him. Can you imagine that sort of thing? Not only is these people are missing, he was in a bus with a group of people who had just gotten home when these people attacked them and they killed them. So it seems that we can get them through phone signals or something. There's a way you can reach them. These people, every time this happens, there's no one that can tell you, oh, these people are tall people or short people or fat people. Nobody can describe them. Just come and do things and get away with it.
This is why I do the usual that I do when they say herdsmen and communal clashes again. The IG of police should be on top of this. If someone can pick someone's call, that call can be traced.
Very true.
It's important that you are seen to be neutral, unbiased in this kind of situation. Yes. See, Morel, there should be a prosecution on this. In fact, we can get a conviction on this. If you do the right thing, you can pick up these people. We see how when it concerns a very important personality, the next morning there's a conviction.
Very true.
We can do this thing, we can curb these things with continuous conviction and sentencing. But if we don't do the right thing and we let people get away, and see, there's no need clouding it and saying it's a communal clash. So this is a clear crime. It's a murder.
It's not a communal clash.
Genocide, if you can call it that.
It's a genocide. It's a massacre. And I also remember, in trying to prevent things like this, when it started happening a few years ago, remember the military going into homes to take ammunition away from people. I remember very well. They were saying, oh, if we take their ammunition, they won't fight. But you now make them sitting ducks to the extent that their villages now get attacked. They can't even defend themselves. Also, I remember T.Y. Danjuma talking about ethnic cleansing. If we sit and keep on watching hundreds over the last few days, Zamfara, Plateau, hundreds on a daily, and if we keep on pretending like we do not know who they are. We have, the Nigerian Air Force now have equipment. We now have drones that can fish out people. So even if they've gone into these communities.
We're not buying the narrative that we can't find these people. We don't know them. So there's something we're suggesting possibly some kind of a conspiracy issue, because in fact this has come so close to home. I mean, there's somebody you know that died.
Yes. My mom has had to move from her place now to stay with my auntie because so we now have curfew in just south in Barkin-Ladi and Riom. So but then there are other. This is not reported, but these are people who are calling me and letting me know. So they are saying places like Bauchi Road, there's a little unrest. People in Jos are tense. It's not happening in the Jos metropolis, but people in Jos are tense.
some youth are agitated now. They are mounting roadblocks and possibly killing people in reprisal. Because there's a failure of system.
Exactly.
We can't have a
Ali says this can just be explained in simple terms: sabotage. Killings by headsmen and all uprising comes down to political sabotage, not having the fear of God because their hearts is full of evil. Olawale says, when will Nigerians ever come to realize that politicians just don't care about their lives? Things have only gone worse under the APC. The last one, Ifeanyi Chukwu says, they have the backings of their Oga at the top now, or didn't you read when your miss said NSAS is a scam? I think this person...
We can round up on this, unfortunately. Listen, it's still a developing story. We're going to keep talking about it because, as I said, this is not something we're going to sweep under the carpet. There's more to this. We're hoping and waiting to hear from the Inspector General to know exactly what the update is, because we need to find faces. There has got to be some arrest and prosecution, as Ali said.
It's important.
And the governor will be going for second term.
Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we'll discuss with a young man who's running for office in Enugu State. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now is Enugu North senatorial aspirant from the People's Democratic Party, Honorable Chinedu Eya. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
You're welcome.
You declared your ambition May 18th, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
And that you're running for that exalted office as a senator.
Yeah. Yes.
I would like my first question to you, as a young, because we've been clamoring for young people to get involved in politics. Tell us about your journey. How did you start this journey into politics? Because a lot of people out there would like to get into politics or get involved at some sort. What did you do? How did you start? Who do you have? Which godfathers helped you? Or what exactly did you do to get to this point?
Okay, I've not been the real fortunate person to have godfathers.
Okay.
But I have had God, and he's a good godfather.
Okay.
Now, my journey through politics started back in 2011 when I contested for local government chairmanship. I wasn't even given that privilege and honor because I was quite young. Nobody wanted to even hear me out. Okay. So I bowed out and went into business. Now, I felt that, first of all, being successful in business brings me back to politics.
Okay.
The ideology of if I can be successful here, I can come in here and also help a lot more persons get successful in their dealings, in everything they have their hands doing, more especially my young folks.
Okay.
So the journey has not been very smooth. Even right now that I'm running for Senate, it has not been smooth. But the good thing is that we are in it and we are moving.
Business is very different from politics. Business is about making profit. Politics is about service. What we have right now is our senators servicing themselves.
Okay.
2018 budget, they've increased it by 14.5 billion for themselves, right?
Yes.
Also, 2016-2017 budget,
We had the same problem.
lot of the constituency projects,
We're not done.
monies that they were given. For instance, 2017, 70% of their constituency project budget was given to them. We have heard that we did not see the projects on ground. Oga, what's your real intention? Why are you going into the Senate? Is it to also pad your pockets?
No.
Or you want to serve the people?
This is, for me, is service. If, as a business person, I know how much I get and I throw back to the people. Now, when you begin to get the people's fund, what would you do? Would you rather keep it for yourself or throw it back to them? If on your own you're creating and you're relating back to the community, you feel that, okay, I worked so hard to get back to them. Why would I now get into office and not work for them?
We've heard this before.
Yes, can I just go back to your age again? And you said in 2011 you had run and no one listened to you because of your age. How has it changed? Just being, 7 years older, has that changed anything?
You're 38 plus right now.
Yeah, I'm 38.
Yes. Yeah. Has that changed anything? Is it better now for you? Because, the president has just signed the not too young to run bill. So is it, I think it's better now.
Yes, my mind is a bit more made up. Okay. And that's 7 years. I would say maturity. That 7 years, as I've had the shock and I'm ready to take the bull by the
No, but
horn.
I'm also asking about the system. Is it better? Are they, young people now easily better accepted than when you started 6 years
There's
ago?
nothing different.
Okay.
It's just that I have actually made up my mind that in whichever way, we need to start getting involved,
Okay.
no matter how tough it is.
There are certain things that annoys Nigerian youth today about how governance is done. In your constituency, for instance, there must be something that you're seeing that the senatorial representative that you have already is doing wrong. Is there anything you're willing to say that, okay, when you go into office, this will stop, I will do things differently? We're not talking about just, sitting in the house and arguing on bills and all that. We're talking about changing everything. What exactly is wrong with the constituency that you think when you get there, you do differently and there will be improvements?
In fact, to answer that question, the things that are wrong, why are you holding your senator accountable now?
I am holding him accountable, but you should know that this is partisan politics, where you have to either be...
Aligned?
Yes, aligned with them. But the truth about it is that I know virtually everything that has gone wrong. I might not want to see them on television, but the truth...
We want to hear.
I want to hear. You want to hear it.
Tell us
Okay.
Let's rephrase it. Not something that is wrong. Tell us something you'd like to fix.
Yeah.
Now, I want, like in my manifesto, I said, I am going to empower one constituent every day.
What does that mean, please?
Yeah.
Now,
What?
No.
Machine.
Now, I told you about starting my business, and I know what it means to start with nothing. Now, empowerment should be building people's mind and giving them the resources that will take them through that level to a better level.
Let me pause you for a second. Because hang it there.
Okay.
That rhetoric we've heard before.
Okay.
You see, we don't want, I would empower, I will create, we will do borehole. We don't want to hear that.
No, I'm
what
not
we would
doing-
like to hear from the senator is those things, those policies that need to be pushed to make general lives better for everybody. Something people can actually use and not say I'm going to empower this person. That for me is just very, very... Let me never jump in.
Last year, 2015, myself and Jumoke and YK empowered the woman. She was in my house yesterday. She's having another problem.
Okay.
So how do you plan to empower a person to the point the person is independent of you for life?
That is what I'm saying.
Explain to us in details how the process is.
Okay, now let me take you through this. If somebody comes to you and needs to maybe start something in life, or start a trade, or start anything, now, what we don't have here in this country is that we don't have good monitoring policy. When you give somebody a platform, you need to monitor. If you have the ideology, you can help them grow. So, okay, I give you an idea, you bring an ideology, I say, okay, let's try to polish it. When I empower you in certain area, I begin to monitor you and help you grow.
Right.
Okay, I have a question for you. The constituency project. I mean, for me, I've looked at it, and sometimes it seems to me as if it's a way of senators to give back, to enrich themselves, and for me, I'm even of the opinion that it should be taken away from them, constituency projects. Just make your policies and then leave the executive to do that. And so when there's someone here seated, and when you talk, you're not talking to me about policies, but you're talking to me about empowerment, meaning your eyes are also on these constituency projects. You hope, what is it about policies that you're going to, what sort of policies are you going to make that will make a difference in these people's lives?
Now.
And how would it affect the system, in affecting the system? It's not about constituency projects now, about monies and giving monies back. The policies that will affect the people in Enugu North. Yes.
Directly. Okay. Now, let's say everything that comes to a parliamentarian or comes to somebody in the parliament is made open.
Okay.
If they stop doing all this shady, secret, hiding the constituency thing, let them make it open and let's bring it to board. Now, bring a board, this is your money. It is not, you don't have to, it mustn't be me. This is your money. What can we now use this money for? Now, these are things we have on ground. Let us begin to do them. The people get involved in running their own community.
Like what we totally agree with you, sir.
Like what they did in Imo State, what Okorocha did by holding a town hall meeting and saying, you bring, making the even making them contribute
Nima,
to the industry.
Chief, we totally agree with you. What you're saying is very correct.
Yeah.
But what we'd like to hear differently is specifics, because we always hear those general statements a lot. We, the people that are going to be voting, are used to general statements. So we want people who can eloquently articulate
one after the other.
Okay, this is what my people in this
what's that gap?
North.
You say, oh, this
what's
is
that
the gap, and I want
this
to
is what
go
we want to do. And so that for us know that you are different from the rest of the pack.
Okay. Now, when I get into office,
Yes.
the first thing I should be looking at is how to begin to relate with these people directly.
Okay.
Relating with them because I am representing them. Then secondly, just like what she said, we bring out our problems, itemize them, and we begin to handle them. If these things are made available, we handle this, and everybody sees it. Not like you bring it and it comes into my account, or I give it to a company and later they transfer the money back to me, which is what is happening. At the end of the day, the person in the Senate tells you, okay, we've gotten this money has come, and we have used it for this, and eventually it goes back to them, and they use the same money to fight you tomorrow because they want to get re-elected.
Right, fantastic. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take some calls and tweets. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have Chief Chinedu Eya, who's running for Senatorial District Enugu North.
Yeah.
So we're going to take some tweets. Yes, Jumoke?
Abosede says, will Mr. Chinedu still be interested in the Senate if their salary is reduced and working days increase?
Yes, for sure. Why am I actually going to the Senate to increase my pocket, or I'm going to the Senate to serve the people? All my life, I will have something to eat in my house. Right. If I'm going to represent the people's interests should be paramount.
So, Oga, Senator Ben Bruce had laudable ideas. Prior, God will bless you. When he got into the house, we still hear him here and there, complaining the money is too much, this is too much. Yes, but it seems like he's outnumbered. So with all your ideas, right, how are you able to change the minds of 400 other people? Only you. You want to open the books of the Senate that is secret for now. How will you do it?
Remember what happened to Abdul Mumuni?
Jibril.
They might just throw you out as well.
No. That won't bother me.
Okay.
If the people become your interest, you really don't care what happens afterwards. Right. You die for what you stand for.
So you're willing to die for your people?
Yes. This is what I stand for. I'm representing them. If eventually I don't get paid in the Senate, it's not my problem. Okay. I am there to represent them and serve them.
Okay. I heard you say you would be in touch with the people, hear their problems, and then find solutions to them. And I see a lot of senators today just having constituency offices that you can't even find. Putting aides there that will tell you, write a petition, write a letter. I once tried to even see local government chairman in Oriade, and they said I should go and do a petition before I can see her. So how do you plan to be in touch
with the people?
I stay with them. Why being in touch is seeing, meeting, communicating, relating.
How many times a week?
Like regularly, just stay there. Then
let me take this call from Bayo in the UK. Bayo, are you there?
Hello, hi.
Morning. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I don't know the contributor. I want to have a question for the guy there.
Okay. Go ahead.
The problem is making is the job of parliamentary is not about position. It's not about I will empower you or you did it. You are going there to make a law. Yes. You are not going there to I will empower you. I will give you this. I'll give you that. You are going there to make a law, a policy that will influence the people.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bayo.
Thank you, Bayo.
Yes, Bayo, thanks for the call. We are going to make laws, and the law we have to make should be law that relates to the people.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Exactly. Okay, so I'd like you to itemize, if possible, 2 things that you want to change in Enugu North. and you will, we are always saying somebody should sponsor this bill, sponsor this bill. In my heart, there are many issues that we need to address legally in Nigeria.
Also, for example, in the papers today we read about in Edo, somebody, they want to marry somebody. No, somebody died.
Yeah,
and they want to
bury
carry the body to the village because, it is
it's
backed by
culture.
law, it's culture. Those are things those are cultural things that are embedded in our society. So what exactly have you identified that we can try to change to make the people of Enugu's lives better?
Okay. Now, a lot of things now are falling into place because of the kind of governor that we have.
Okay.
My governor is really an active governor.
Okay.
Now, but when I begin to compliment him and work with his kind of mindset,
Right.
Okay.
the only problem we have with the people there now is that they have an individualistic mindset. They don't have a mindset of the people.
Okay.
Now, if I put myself in my governor's shoes, I definitely begin to attract things that will favor my people directly.
So you have a good relationship with your governor?
Sure, I do.
Okay, so
which positions have you held before?
No. I have not really been into...
But what have you done in your personal capacity for people around you?
Yeah, at least I know about 200 to 300 persons who are directly or indirectly employed to the things I run.
well done.
Nice.
So, and they are from my place.
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Adeswa Iyare says, Honorable Chinedu should be sure of what the issues are in his constituency before contesting. Mayor says, can you ask the guest what leadership positions he has taken before? I already asked that question. Uwana says, you haven't really said anything tangible, Honorable Chinedu. So
Maybe that was earlier, but I think he has eventually
already
addressed it.
Because Morel gave the example of the Idiogo, which I have objections to. Would you now change? Because now we have a law, a Supreme Court judgment saying that women are no longer properties, which used to be the Igbo custom. Would you be proposing a law in Enugu State within the House of Assembly or, within the Eastern region to, make it now
solidify.
Yes,
the women has to be even in PDP right now we welcome women. When if they are contesting for elections, they don't have to buy tickets.
no, that has always been now. That's been
so there's no way I'm going
talking about custom here. Age-long custom.
Are there any
of those age-long customs? Even Christianity has come to know. Yes, so there's nothing really new. But I definitely embrace the women folks, and they have to be part of the system.
They have to round up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Last word for
Any last word for your people, for the people in
Enugu
Enugu?
North?
Any last words?
I'm still Chinedu, and all of you guys know me. I like to be part of you, and let's do this together. It's not my battle, it's our battle.
Right.
I was going to ask the question about your red cap. Are you a red cap chief?
Yes, red cap chief, or Hamadike.
Mama Dike.
No, just chief is okay.
Chief. That's all we can take from the show. I hope you learned as much as we did. Don't forget to join our live audience on Wednesday. Please come early. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you Tuesday tomorrow. Bye-bye.